welcome YouTube, Cooper's Automotive, Timothy Cooper. I'm going to just yank my glasses off, that's alright, I had to get this headset off. We're working on 2002, 2001, and many models as this applies to. The park neutral, we call parental switch indicators, not working. So we're going to replace that with a factory unit. Usually what happens, the plastic piece down on the body goes around, the column breaks off. This is the part number. Okay, so let's begin and focus our camera in and take it apart. Okay, the first thing you're going to do on truck, car, whichever it is this piece right here underneath the steering wheel. Screws, clips and pins, things that hold it in. These are broken. This is an old ice cream truck again, so she's in rough shape. You will want to separate the steering column plastic piece underneath here. And that's Phillips screws coming right up through here. I think there's 3 of them. And one right there. Should be one right there. The ignition switch is not in really good shape. Piece is missing on it. And another one right here. I'm surprised they were actually all there. Again, it's June. I think it's June 11th. Another day about 90 degrees in here. Sorry about the background noise. This metal plate right here, it's got to come off. It's like 8 or 10 millimeter screws right underneath the bottom here, 4 of them. I believe they're 8s. Okay, and then underneath that's your ALDL connector. So right there. And we're going to go ahead and take that off. It's got a torque bit in it. Yes, we could use that, or actually like probably 7 millimeter 1/4 inch. My 1/4 inch little battery. Milwaukee fell in an antifreeze bucket the other day. So, a couple of 8 millimeters. And we'll just take our ALDL connector, OBD2 connector out of there. Alright, I'm going to move it out. Yeah, so they were 7 millimeters. Let's take that off. These. And you got 6 8 millimeters. Let me show you that. in that bracket underneath on each side. So that's out. I am going to drop the steering column, but I'm going to show you better pictures of that cradle switch cable going back together than what I'm showing you right now. But underneath, I think it's a 5.5. Underneath the bottom of the column, there's a little bracket that holds that thing on. It's going to be, yeah, 5.5. Straight down underneath the bottom of the steering column. Like I say, I'll get you a better visual of that later. At least I think I will. If I don't, sorry about that. There's a handle sticking up right here. It's 8mm. I'm going to remove that too. Looks like a handle anyway. Alright, so let's get this. Thing has been glued on there. Somebody's repaired it before. Like a JB Quick or JB Weld. I gotta break that off. Alright, so here's the piece that was all JB Quick tie strapped on. You can do stuff like that. It's not the right repair, but I guess if you needed something to get you by. Would you look at that? My flashlight. There we go. Not a very good flashlight. I don't like this particular one. I've got some 13mm nuts underneath here, and that'll lower that column. So let's do that now. Now remember, when you're putting that cable in, you will want to take this out first and take this cable off. Let me show you the new one so you get a better idea of what it is. This piece goes right underneath the steering column and goes straight up. That attaches to a lever arm, and that's what changes your parental direction, and then right there. Okay, you got to take that off, because if you don't and you drop your column, you'll break that again and you'll be buying you another new one. Okay, let's see if this is 13th. I believe I am correct. 13 it is. So like I say, there's 4 of those underneath here. I'm just laying everything in the floorboard here. I'm taking off. Swivel for that one because of the metal bracket that's right there. all I've got is I don't have a deep one, so I may have to stop the video and go get one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. So hang on a second. We'll stop video. Come back to that. All right. So, got a 13 there. Got my swivel so I can get to it. And a deep well, because there's a metal bracket coming across there. Can you take that one off? Yeah, you could. Got that one. Two more up in the front. Just want to lower it to your seat right there, because you try to get this out. Okay, this right here is your headlight switch. It has a button that you push in on it to releases the handle. You can see that my headlights are going to come on when I do this. You reach in, push the button. It's on the top of it. All right, you push it in. Pull it out. Then this cap right here screws off. The cap screws out. You got your switch. Now these, probably 7 millimeters right there. Phillips screws sometimes. They're not. Sevens or eights. Right there, 2 of them, right here, straight up. Try to take it out before you get those out. You'll be in trouble. Is the dinger driving you crazy? I don't really care at the moment. You disconnect your battery and do away with it. I ignore that stuff. After 35 years of it, it doesn't bother me. Pull it forward, popping it forward all the way across. Your radio's going to stay in there. I don't know if you can see that. You can't. Hold on. Radio's going to stay in there. You could remove it, but we don't need to. We just need to pull it forward like that. Unplug it. We're going to get that dinger out. We're just going to put the handle back in for the lights, and then it's out. So now you're not going to listen to it. So unplug your radio and unplug your power accessories here. There's 2 of them. Push clips on the back. Oh, well, let's find a pick. Flip the fan around to get a little more air. I'm burning up. And sometimes, you know, these clips, they just drive us completely out of our mind. Let's see here. Let's unplug this radio. One. Okay. So, you get that out of your way. Wow, it's raining. Hang on just a second. Okay. So, let me regroup. Gotta pull this cluster out. Okay, right here. Focus you back in a little bit better and bring you in. There you are. So, 7 millimeters, 4 of them on each side. Pull the instrument cluster out. I'm going to need an extension, which I believe I have on my cart. These locking extensions are nice in some cases they're not. But in this case it's fine. Get those out of there. So usually, like I say, I'm the owner of the shop, and usually when I'm doing video, I'm interrupted by things. I heard the technician hollering for me a minute ago, and my wife stopped him. You're gonna unplug your instrument cluster plugs here. There's 3 of them on this particular one in the back. Push those tabs in, get your plugs out of there. If you needed instrument cluster bulbs, now would be the time to do it. So that is what we're trying to get to and get this out. Let me pan back. And from there, what we're going to do is I'm just going to work on the seat of the vehicle and take this apart. So let's refocus. Here we are, instrument cluster sitting on the driver's seat. Flip it up. Tabs right here. Push them in and slide it out. There's your old one. There's your broken piece, and there's an adjuster on it so that you can get it in the right place when you get it shifting through your gears. So, little old airplane part, we'll get rid of that. Now, we got the new one right here. Let's take a look. Take it up. Line it. And clip it in. There you are. This will go over the instrument, over the I'll get this right, steering column. As you're facing the steering column, steering wheel, this piece goes to the left hand side of it. So again, refocus, let's put this thing back together. Alright, instruments clusters in hand, reverse procedure. Here's your plugs. To the left of your steering column, some wiring here. You probably want to go to the inside of it a little bit right there. Just let it dangle down. Now, let's go back to putting our 8 or 7 millimeter 4 bolt screws, whatever you want to call them, back in our cluster. This thing's never been washed. This thing is filthy. I don't know if I want my kids eating ice cream out of this thing. Pretty cool. 5 boys and a girl. Kids, that is. The Brady Bunch. And none of them are mechanics. Alright, so cluster's in. We're going to put the main cover back on and plug our radio back in. Plugging back in our accessory power circuits. Taking out our headlight right here. You can see this a little bit better. Right over the top, you're going to reach in and push that button in. On the top of it, you feel the button. You're actually going to pull it out, push the button in, and pull this switch arm out of there. So before I start all the noise of the key chime and all that stuff going off, I'll plug the radio in, plug my accessories in, and then we'll hear the noise for just a short period of time. Alright, so that's plugged in, reached across the top of it. Handles out. Alright, grabs on some little teeth right there. So, pick it up. Line your clips up. There needs some one over here somewhere. This one's lined up. Now, I'm going to fill it there. Usually not that tough. I want to get that dinger gone. Let's see here. Let's try something a little different. Sometimes I'm going to tweak it a little bit. Come on. I know it's right there. It's giving me the problem. When you can see it, it won't line up. Line up. Yeah. Alright, you get to see me struggle for a little bit. Like the clip might have been bent a little bit or something. It was. Alright, it's in there. Handle, but before we put the handle in, remember this piece. Goes and it screws on. Voila, noise is gone. Now you got left bolt your column up in there. So let's see if I can get a better visual of that. Alright, I believe we're adjusted and we're in. and we're ready to begin. So you're going to take a hand on your steering column and you're going to push it up. And we got a new key dinger or something going off for a door. But get these started enough to hold it up in there. Okay, I don't know if it paused on me while I was bumping it or what, but anyway, 4 13 millimeters in your steering column. Tighten your column up. We're in there now. I think you can see this right here. It goes right over that peg right there. Right there. What you're gonna do, get a 5.5 millimeter. I got that here somewhere. You're gonna line it up. It goes only one way. Just like that. My eyes are not working right now. I'm full of sweat. My glasses are all cloudy at the moment. I don't over tighten this, there's no need. Just snug is plenty. And after you get that, you can go ahead and put the bottom cover on your steering column. Get the other screwdriver. Every so often, that key chime wants to work. Alright. I have 2 more Phillips screws. To install. One's going to be right there. soon as I get that column pushed together. Let me readjust your camera. Sorry about that. Anyway, this is what we're working on. They do kind of snap together somewhat. And the clip on this one has been in and out of here so many times. Again, it's messing with us. Okay. Whoop. And one more screw. It's going to be, well, right there. Now we got the annoying dinger staying with us this time. And just so I don't drive you crazy, maybe this thing's got 2 batteries in it. I will try to disconnect it and come right back. Alright, I had 2 batteries. There's not a lot I can do. Anyway, I'm gonna try to pick the camera up and see if you can see right on this side of the steering column is where you're going to connect this over a little arm that hangs down. Now I'm going to turn the key on. As soon as I find it. Alright, we'll try to make this quick and as painless as we can. Turn the key on. And if you're not on a slant, pull your shifter all the way down with your emergency brake on. And right here, again, is your cable. And when you pull the shifter down, it gets you closer to the hook that it has to go on. Sounds like his second battery's getting weak. All right, there. Can we see that? Right there. Looks like we could use some shift tube bushings or something on this too. Anyway, that is in, and for the most part you've seen what we've got to do here. We've got this little knob handle that's going to go back up with your 8 mils right there. Again, I apologize for the noise. Alright, so we'll tighten this up. metal bracket across the bottom. It's this one. I'm laughing at that dinger getting weaker and weaker. Finally. So you got 6 of those to put in. I'm in video right now.
You're in video?
I'm shooting right now. So I have helped you in about 5 minutes. Okay?
I want to see what you were doing.
You can watch, but it's almost done.
I know. I thought you were still apart.
No,
I'll go hang back upside down.
I'm too quick like that. You wanted to see me do this, so I'll tell them, watch the video, right? Alright, well there's one more 8 that I've got to locate. 8 that I got to locate, actually. Am I right? 8? Yeah, it just didn't feel like it. When you throw everything on the floor and you're moving, we'll locate that. Anyway, the main thing I wanted to show you is the adjustment for it. So let me see if I can get that. The adjustment for this, I buried it. Anyway, I hope you can see this. Right there. You're going to turn that and adjust it so that your printle switch right here is reading correctly. And then you're going to have a finished job. So thanks for watching. They're after me. Phones, this, that, and the other. Subscribe to the channel. We'll see you later.